Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm your host, Brent Justice. Welcome to my gaming channel, Justice Gaming, and I am back in Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut. And we're going to continue with our missions. We're going to be starting by now going out of Seraph Industries and into the real world. I have made some changes to my audio and how it's recording, specifically the volume levels and so forth, so I'm going to see what that turns out to be in this video and the next one, so I apologize if they're not exactly right and if they sound funky or if one is louder than the other. I apologize for that. It will get fixed after these next couple of videos, but I'm playing around with that. But anyway, let's exit the building. We've talked to everybody. We've done everything we need to do. Objectives.
The objective screen details your current missions and objectives. In here, you can find extra information that may help you better understand what needs to be done. Missions can
and we
be
will definitely be using that. I will
depending on if you want them to
activate
appear on
and
your radar or
deactivate
not.
those missions.
Deactivated missions can still be completed.
Because there's side quests and there's main quests, so we are going to be doing all of that stuff. I'm going to try to do every side quest. Just putting that out there. I'm going to try to do every side quest.
Mrs. Reed?
Oh, Adam, I'm sorry you startled me. And please, call me Cassandra.
This is Megan Reed's mother.
Long enough. I was waiting for you.
Out here? Why not come meet me inside?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not ready. But this is where you work. But to me, this is also the place where I lost my daughter.
So right now, you know, as far as we know, Megan's dead. She was killed in that attack. They found, you know, bodies. So that's why they think that. I'm going to be sympathetic. I know what you mean. It's never been the same for me either. I guess I never thought of it that way. I try to think about it. No, I am definitely sympathetic.
I know what you mean. It's never been the same for me either.
I guess it's not meant to be easy. It seems there's just no right way to deal with something like this. And I can't even begin to imagine how things have been for you after all you've been through.
Yeah. A lot of things changed 6 months ago.
I have a hot cup of coffee.
How much they've changed you. At first, I couldn't even believe you were still alive. How do you handle all of this?
Well, I can say I never asked for this. That is the meme, isn't it? Adam Jensen. I never asked for this. But that's not how I'm playing this character. Although maybe I should do a playthrough where I do, but I'm not in this one. I do what I have to do, augment or not. I'm going to go with optimistic. They did what they had to do to save me.
They did what they had to do to save me. And in a way, I can do more now than I ever could.
I'm glad to know you take it so well. Many of us wouldn't be able to cope so easily with such traumatic changes.
Can I ask why you wanted to see me?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm here about Megan. About what happened to her. Or rather, about the investigation into what happened.
What about it?
Well, simply put, I feel something is not quite right with the way the case was handled.
Uh-oh, something
there was some
is
foul play
not
involved?
quite
I do.
right.
Call it mother's intuition. But when speaking to some of the investigators, there were a lot of inconsistencies.
Uh-oh.
And then I met this detective, a man called Chase. He agreed things weren't handled by the book, although he has no proof.
And now you want to find out more.
I'll never hear my daughter laugh again, Adam. I'll never get a call from her to ask
So she
how I've
wants
been,
us to
or have the
investigate
chance to ask
what
her
happened to
about her
Megan.
day.
Not
She was
believing
stolen from me.
the story
However
that they have put
unjustified
out.
This all is.
Very
I
smart.
still want to know why it happened. I can see why she loved you. Not even that degree of mechanical modification could change what she saw in you. Please, will you help me find out what really happened to her?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course I can decline, but no, I want to do this. I'm going to get the quest details, but I will accept it. Man, it feels mean just to start saying, should I expect some compensation for this? Let me accept it first,
I never got a chance to investigate
then
the
see
attack
if I can
myself.
get more details.
I'll look into it.
Thank you. This means the world to me, Adam. Really.
The first thing I'll need to do is meet with this detective, Chase.
Good. He works part-time as a security guard in an apartment building on Brooklyn Court. I'll be waiting for you in your apartment lobby once you're done.
We have an apartment in this world.
Security guard.
Oh, he retired soon after the case. I don't really know the details. Maybe he'll tell you more.
I'm on it.
Okay, so we've got another side quest now. We've got so many things going on.
Jensen, right? Heard about you. Yeah, you were a good cop by most accounts. But you're lucky you got out.
I just love how you can interact with literally everybody. Everybody.
Have you found anything? Please, I've got to know what really happened to Megan.
I'm going to see if I can now ask her. Yeah, now I can ask her more questions. See, that's why you always want to double check your dialogue, because you may have more options you didn't know about the second time. So what exactly is it that you need me to do?
So what is it exactly that you need me to do?
Find out more information about Megan's case and why they mishandled it. You should start by
meet with
meeting
Detective Chase. Right.
He works in an apartment building right next to the limb clinic.
Okay, and then the reward.
Should I expect some form of compensation for this?
Adam, you're serious, aren't you?
Maybe I shouldn't have asked that then.
God, this isn't who you used to be.
Well,
I thought a chance to know what really happened to Megan, what really happened to you, would have been enough.
yeah, maybe I shouldn't
Would
have said
have
that.
been worth your time.
I think that's about it.
Oh well.
My neighbors were there when it happened, you know. The hostage taking at the Seraph plant.
Mr. Jensen, is it true that the leader of the terrorist cell got away? Guess you weren't as ready as Mr. Seraph thought.
Welcome to the real world. We are in the game's real world. Now, it's not as, you know, in-depth and beautiful as current games, open world, because it's an older game. But for the time, this was really neat. This was just neat.
I don't really have anything against it.
The biomod industry is going to tear this city apart. Mark my words.
Hey, you seem nice and all, but I'm really not interested.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We're having a private conversation here. I
Fine.
don't really have anything
Fine.
against it.
Fine. Fine. You're all having private conversations. Good for you.
Believe it? You're Jensen, right? One of my buddies told me what you did at the plant. Nice job saving those hostages.
Thank you.
Believe it?
We had the place surrounded, and we were ordered.
Do you mind?
Since when do we take orders from
Nothing in the trash can. So this is the open world. We can now choose to do whatever we want to do. We could do main storyline missions. We can do side quests. We can do all of that. And the blue stuff is the side quests. And I'm actually... Does that mean it's inactive or active? That's now inactive? Yes. So I'm going to make the main missions inactive right now, except, wait a minute, didn't we need to visit the limb clinic? We'll actually make that. And I'm going to do some side quests today. That is our goal. Oh, Greg Thorpe wants to meet us. He's got something for us for saving his wife. We have Motherly Ties, Chase, and then we have Tyndall's apartment. So let's do the limb clinic first, because I think it's just right around the corner, and we'll take care of that like main mission kind of deal. And then we'll handle some side quests. How about that? Sounds like a plan.
I, for one, approve of these protests. These limb...
Because I might be able to pick up a praxis here, I think.
Ah, Mr. Jensen. David Seraph told me you'd be dropping by. I've just been reviewing the test results we received on you last week.
Should I start rolling up my sleeves?
Surprisingly, no. I see no trace of glial tissue buildup in any of your charts.
Interesting.
Been 6 months, Doc.
No
Shouldn't I be under opposite shots by now?
glial
One would
tissue
think,
buildup.
But these test results show no signs of implant rejection. If anything, the bond between tissue and electrodes seems to be getting stronger.
So I don't
So I'm
need
free to go?
I don't need
Well,
neuropozyne.
Mr. Seraph did ask me to discuss another topic with you. You are aware that several precautionary measures had to be put into place during your first surgery?
Not all of my implants were switched on, I know.
The damage caused by the hematoma had to be taken into account. Your brain needed time to recover, to get used to the mechanical neural processors and turn them on naturally over time.
Cut to the chase, Doc. What does Seraph want?
Means I can upgrade over time.
That you might be ready to speed up the activation process using special software known as Praxis kits.
So that explains the Praxis kits and why I need them to turn on my abilities.
But Mr. Seraph did make a generous donation to LIM in your name, thus ensuring that Praxis software linked to your particular neuro enhancements would always be available to you and you alone. Please, take a look.
So that explains the Praxis and why we can upgrade our abilities. So I don't need Typhoon ammo because, I mean, I don't have that yet. How do I scroll between these? Hypostem. Yeah. A cyber boost. Definitely want that. And I do have enough credits. And I can only buy one.
Very well, Mr. Jensen. Use it in good health.
Now I can do some upgrades, but before I do that, let's talk to some people in here.
Were you around for that protest earlier? I wasn't sure I'd be able to get in here, and I'm overdue for my neuropazine.
Have you had a lot of work done here in Detroit? This is the first time I've actually had the guts to walk in the door.
My first surgery. It's expensive, but you gotta look at it as an investment in the future.
You've got to look at augmentation surgery as an investment.
Sure you do.
I haven't developed any symptoms, though, thank God.
We got some ebooks in here to read. Building Wings, A Better Tomorrow. Where we risk allowing for technology to divide us in the very question of regulation, some would argue that augmentation, which by its nature is a mechanism whereby humans can transcend their limitations, cannot be allowed to be freely available. While on the surface, such calls for regulation might be seen as a reasonable response, in the long term, such stigmatization will work against our society. We already live in a culture of haves and have-nots, those rich or poor in terms of money, those impoverished or affluent in terms of data and knowledge. To willingly blockade the spread of human augmentation technologies will add another category, those who are human and those who are transhuman. And as we speak here of futures where transhumanism must be normative, how can we be willing to allow some of us to be left behind? Liberate yourself. Let us help. Liberty and Mind and Body International, that's what LIM stands for, is an international humanitarian organization decided to the care and welfare of augmented people around the world. We are the leading advocate and healthcare provider for human enhancement technology, with nearly 2,000 clinics serving the needs of over 8 million people every year. Founded in 2011 by Dr. Hayden Singh, formerly of Darrow Industries, our credo is augmentation for all, 100% independent of corporate and national control. LIM's mission statement is no less than to offer full and equal access to human enhancement products and technologies across every global border and class in society. Our international network of low-cost medical mechanical clinics cater exclusively to augmented people, and they can be found in every major city, offering everything from routine cybernetics maintenance, checkups, and consultancy through to full operating theaters and complete augmentation and implantation facilities. So that's what LIM is. That's where we are here.
Did you hear about the protest? If we listened to them, we'd be living in the Dark Ages.
Ooh, I can go back here and explore.
Is it? Wow. Sorry, I was just looking at that scar on your head. I've never been under...
If you're here for some work, please go to the counters.
I've never been under anesthesia before.
No, I am not.
Is it true they stop your heart and the machine does your breathing?
We can go in that room over there. I'm going to check that out. Probably shouldn't be in here, but hey, I am here. Hey, we can get into this computer. Let's see, it says, you wrote, Mrs. Margolis, of course, I appreciate Mr. Serap's support, which is why I will do my best to explain to my patients exactly what this generous gift entails, but that is as far as I will go. From now on, whatever augmentations he decides to acquire will be his choice and his alone. The patient, and not the employer, will be the one to decide whether a half-tested prototype augmentation should be included with all the others or not. I believe you have misconstrued Mr. Seraph's intent, Vera. He only wanted to give your patient some general medical advice. Attention, all staff and inspection team from the World Earth Organization will be paying a visit to your limb clinic within the next week or so to evaluate conditions there. Please ensure that everything is properly prepared for their inspection. When they arrive, treat them with courtesy, but continue with your business and do not interfere. In anticipation of the event, all employees must ensure that WHO guidelines are being followed to the letter at all times. Bear in mind that any negative evaluation will severely infringe upon your clinic's ability to solicit funding. Ooh, Adam Jensen, here we go. This is about me. Blood 0, RHD negative, no allergies, family history unknown, adopted at age 5, no papers. Has demonstrated healing ability greater than 2 standard deviations above the mean and the following speed of recovery. Repossession of faculties, post-traumatic memory retention. Usually large quantities of NGF appearing around implantation sites. Unique autoimmune disorder may indicate he will not require neuropazine injections anytime soon. One previous operation 6 months ago, life critical, requiring full replacement of chest cavity and left arm, right arm, and legs replaced at behest of employer. Authority granted under terms of employment contract. Recovery speed being unknown at this time. Patient was also pre-fitted with PDOT biochips in all areas of possible neuroprosthetic insertion to reduce need for physiotherapy following any subsequent enhancement surgery. So they didn't have to replace my arms. It required a full replacement of chest and left arm, but then they chose to do my right arm and legs at the behest of the employer, Seraph. Tells you a little bit about that, huh? They kind of forced that on me. Okay, I can do an upgrade now. And I did say I wanted to, like, fully stock my inventory. Got 2 praxises. I'm going for that carrying capacity. I really am. Now I should have, yeah, now I have full carrying capacity. That's maxed out. Next kind of stuff will be like health and stuff like that. I'm going to boost, or maybe my eyes or something like that.
Protesting is not against
but
the law. I know that.
Now I've got full inventory.
Sorry, but I'm in the middle of something.
I know that, officer. But
so that's great. I think the next thing I want to do is go see Thorpe. Greg Thorpe.
Are you finished at the clinic?
For now.
Good. Right now I want to know who that corpse is. Head over to the police station and get his neural hub. And Adam, if you can't talk your way in, consider making a strategic retreat. There's got to be another entrance on the side of the building.
The good Lord made you in his own image. Why would you desecrate yourself?
I'm going to actually go in here because this is a shop.
I ain't got nothing for you. Check with the man and keep your hands where I can see them.
Maybe I can sell some stuff here.
You got anything you want to buy or sell? I'm the guy you want to deal with. Everything's on the computer, right at your fingertips.
Yes, I'm going to sell some stuff. Not combo, not 10mm, not silence, not machine gun. Actually, do I even have a machine gun? I don't know. Concussion grenades, I have 2. I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to use remote stuff. I know I'm not going to use that stuff. I'll keep painkillers, a cyber boost, my nuke, that. I'm going to sell the beers. Sell the whiskey. Stun gun darts I am not going to use. Sell all of that. Pistol ammo, combat rifle ammo. I'm not going to use a revolver. Shotgun, I'm going to sell that. I'll keep machine, I'll sell the tranquilizer darts. Yeah, I got some energy credits back. But, I do need to, see what I've got here. I do have, you know, I've got that. I just don't know if I'm ever going to use it. And then I've got the silent sniper rifle. I just don't know if I'm ever going to use that kind of weaponry in here. I'm going to keep upgrading, like, my combat rifle. And maybe a pistol. And that's like it. I'm not really going to use like a weapon like that or that necessarily, but for right now, since I've got the room, I'll keep it, but I could sell it in the future if I need to. No better, the myth of human augmentation. Humankind has always sought to improve itself from the earliest iteration of civilization. We improved our mind through education and the pursuit of knowledge, our souls through the quest of spiritual truth, and our bodies through the education of disease and hunger. You will forgive me, perhaps, when I dare to say that the human being is a divine engine. It is the ultimate expression of life on earth, and so it is the most precious and sacred thing. Humanity is what we have. It is what we are. But that purity falls beneath a shadow, and that shadow is greed. It is weakness. The power is at our fingertips to replace flesh with steel and plastic. But the truth is this: for each piece of yourself you surrender, your humanity dies a little more. You are no better. See if he had anything to buy.
What'll it be?
Oh, there is a damage upgrade. Then I'm buying that. And a burst round system, too. Oh, and one of these automatic unlocking devices. There, he's got 4. I'll buy one. I may need that. Now I'm back down to no money.
See you soon.
But I got one of those, and I may use those in the future. So this is a damage upgrade. Heck yeah. And this is a burst round system. What was that for? Shotgun. Well, I'm never going to use that. I shouldn't have bought it.
What'll it be?
I wasted money on it. Will he buy it back? Yes, he will.
See you soon.
Okie dokie. So I got a damage upgrade. That's good.
Look at you, all armed up. Can you fly with all that stuff?
Whoa, man. That's some getup you got. What you trying to hide?
The Lord God made you in his own image. Why would you desecrate yourself?
Okay, so actually what I want to track first is let's go take care of Greg Thorpe.
Some real tight merch.
Oh, and it's in here, so it's gonna go with Motherly Ties then.
Who's getting my face now? I'm ready to pop. Grayson, where he at these days? Yo, where you been, man? You been running shit through that abandoned gas station?
Hello there. Well, you must be Adam Jensen.
A keen observation.
Mrs. Reed told me you might pay me a visit. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're kind of hard to miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. She told me you might have information regarding Megan Reed's case and the attack on Seraph headquarters.
Oh boy, what a mess. Total pissing match. We had the feds on our ass, orders from 3 different departments, and pressure from so many lobbyists it felt like being the scrawny new kid in the prison shower.
It is a very high-profile case. Mrs. Reed said you thought some procedures were overlooked.
You got that right. I mean, you know how it is. Mrs. Reed told me you used to be a cop. There's always cases where you see the lazy officers taking shortcuts. But this was different.
Different how?
Too much stuff got overlooked. People seemed way too eager to jump to conclusions, and every time I was remotely insistent, I got turned down by ranking officers. People wanted to bury this thing fast. That's never a good sign.
Surely you have something more substantial than this.
Yeah, well, that's where you come in. I got a couple of leads I could never fully investigate. I started poking around, but these government-type agents just gave me the creeps. I got scared. Months away from retirement, I didn't want to fuck things up. But you obviously have the means to get to the bottom of this.
So what have you got?
First off, there's a rumor that the order to close the investigation came from higher up, maybe even outside the local department. Anything like that would have passed through Captain Penn. There might be traces of this left on his office computer.
Guess I'll have to pay a visit to the local precinct.
Well, while you're there...
Okay, I gotta go to the
Captain
Captain Penn's office.
To the case, Chet Wagner. He's not what you call a choir boy.
I have to go there anyway.
And when he suddenly got brought on the case, I got suspicious. Somebody wanted him there. And I'm pretty sure he tampered with some of the evidence. You should talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Okay. I'll have a little chat with Officer Wagner.
You'll most likely find him in the lobby.
Talk to him.
He got retrograde.
See, I've got to go to the police station anyway.
Now.
So
it's a good thing.
It's a good thing I'm doing all this
now. I'm pretty sure
now.
you can find some dirt on him on his desktop. His office is on the 3rd floor. He might find something there to help loosen up
So
his tongue.
when we go to the
Anything
police
else worth
office,
looking into?
we're going to have a
when the
lot
order
to
came
do
down
there.
to close the case, the bulk of the evidence was stashed in a storage locker. Maybe you can find some interesting stuff in there. It's on the alley right next to the station. The code is 4891.
And we have a storage locker
I know
to
an
look at.
outside agency had access to that locker, so be careful.
Thanks for the heads up.
We got like
It's
3
nothing.
things to do
And,
from this guy.
please, don't bother coming back here with details. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help. But the less I know about this case, the better I'll feel.
Let's see if he had any more. How did you get assigned to this case?
How did you get assigned to this case?
I didn't push for it, if that's what you mean. To be honest, I didn't want to get involved.
Why not?
I was an honest cop, Jensen. I always tried to conduct myself in accordance with the law, with procedures, and what I believed was right. Not really the standard MO for a case like this.
An outside agency may have tampered with the storage locker?
You said an outside agency may have tampered with the storage locker. What did you mean by that?
Well, I've heard that government agents may have locked up some of the more sensitive evidence in a safe inside the locker.
Come on, Chase. What are you not telling me?
Damn it. Okay, listen. I snooped around that locker before and found the safe code. But I kinda got caught by one of those guys. He knows I know, Jensen. If I give you the code, they'll know I talked. Call me negative, but I can't think of a nice outcome to that.
Why retire from the force?
Why retire from the force only to become a security guard? I mean, it looks like you still love the work.
I love the idea of being a cop. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to join the force. But I just got fed up. It's not like I had imagined it. It's a job. Some people are good at it, while others just don't care. And it shows. This case, the Seraph case, it was just the last drop in a cup already full.
Okay, I guess that's it.
That's all I need for now.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do the Greg Thorpe, take care of him, and then I think after Thorpe we're going to take care of Tyndall about that neuroptazine, remember? We got to figure his deal out. And then we'll see where we are. We probably might go to the police station because we've got a lot to do at the police station. That's going to be a huge video right there. It's going to be a long one because there's so many people to talk to and follow up on and stuff to do it there. It's going to be a huge mission. But let's take care of Greg Thorpe first, then Tyndall. And here he is. Just letting us walk right into his house.
I can never thank you enough for what you did.
And they're both here because I saved them. They didn't die.
Welcome. I'm glad you came. I can never properly repay you for what you did, of course, but I would like to help out any way I can.
What'd you have in mind?
There's a gentleman named Sarah who works in the area. His business causes him to move around quite a bit, but at the moment he's occupying an apartment in a building on Earl's Court. If you mention my name, he'll give you a discount on his wares. He deals in, well, he's a gun runner.
How does a guy like you know someone like that?
Growing up in my old neighborhood, you learn pretty quick to cultivate certain types of relationships.
So we're going to get a discount on some stuff. That's great. And we're going to search his house. He probably doesn't like it. Got a book. So you get points for reading these. That's why I like to do that. Nano augmentation, pipe dream, or theory of the future. Excerpt from a paper in Neo Nature, September 2022. We've been throwing around the word nanotechnology for decades, and yet despite all our best efforts, we are only inching closer to that molecular scale frontier, when in fact we should be racing toward it. In the decade to come, the enhanced beings, post-humans who are our progeny, will look at the mechanical devices we rudely bolted onto our living flesh or buried inside our gray matter, and they will mock us for our crudity. They will look upon what we have made with the same curiosity, the same disinterest as the pilot of a VTOL helicopter would look upon an ox cart. The future of human augmentation lies in the small, in fact the smallest. In the next 30 years, the molecular frontier will be broken into true nanoscalar reprogramming, and biological reorientation will be possible. There will be no more tedious instances of severing limbs to replace them with steel proxies. We will drink in these tiny machines, inject them, and be transformed. I mean, that is the future, right? The far future. We're not even to Deus Ex level technology of augmentation yet. So that's really far future for us. So we're going to get a discount on some stuff. That's good.